What you do in the first few hours of your cruise quietly determines how clean your cabin stays, how fast problems get fixed, and how much extra help you get when something goes wrong. And if you skip these steps, you don't just get average service, you get deprioritized, slower responses, less flexibility, more frustration. But if you follow this checklist in the correct order, your steward will want to take care of you. Your cabin will stay cleaner, issues will get solved faster, and small favors start showing up without you even asking. This is not about bribing. It's about understanding how the system actually works on board. Let's walk through this step by step, phase by phase, exactly the way experienced crew secretly hope passengers behave. This is Shipverse, phase 1. First contact, setting the tone before it counts. This phase happens before most passengers even realize it matters. Miss it, and you start the cruise invisible. Step 1, acknowledge your steward the first day. Properly, the action is simple. Make eye contact, say hello, and use their name if it's visible. Why it matters? Your steward may be responsible for 12 to 18 cabins, sometimes more. Most passengers walk past them like hotel furniture. The few who acknowledge them as a human being stand out instantly. What goes wrong if you skip this? You blend into the background. When there's a towel shortage, a timing issue, or a small favor request, familiar faces get priority. Anonymous cabin numbers don't. Insider details. Stewards often start forming a mental priority list on day 1. It's not official, but it's real. Polite recognition puts you on the positive side of that list. Step 2, and state your preferences early, not repeatedly. Tell them once. Bed setup, ice needs, morning or afternoon cleaning preference. Why it matters? Early clarity helps them schedule their workload efficiently. Stewards love predictability because it reduces stress during peak hours. What goes wrong if you skip this? You'll feel like your cabin never gets done at the right time, when in reality, your steward is guessing around your schedule. Pro tip: don't drip requests over multiple days. One calm conversation on day 1 is far better than daily reminders that feel like complaints. Step 30, don't unload problems before unpacking. If something is broken, say it, but don't stack minor complaints immediately. Why it matters? First impressions cut both ways. Leading with 3 issues makes you look high maintenance, even if the issues are legitimate. What goes wrong if you skip this? Future requests get mentally categorized as another problem, even when they're reasonable. Little known fact, most cabins have minor quirks. Stewards expect 1 issue, not a full audit in the first 5 minutes. Phase 2, cabin setup. What you do with space tells them everything. Your cabin behavior sends constant signals even when you're not there. Step 4, keep the floor clear, especially early. The action: unpack quickly and keep the floor walkable. Why it matters? Stewards clean dozens of cabins fast. A cluttered floor slows them down and increases injury risk. What goes wrong if you skip this? Your cabin may get lighter cleaning or skip during tight schedules. Insider detail: stewards remember which cabins are easy versus time sinks. Easy cabins get extra touches. Step 5, use towels intentionally. Hang towels you'll reuse. Leave used ones clearly on the floor or bed. Why it matters? Guessing wastes time and leads to overuse of linens, which creates shortages ship-wide. What goes wrong if you skip this? Delayed towel replacement or reduced availability later in the cruise. Pro tip: if you want extra towels regularly, ask once. Don't silently take from haul carts. That causes inventory problems. Step 60, respect the cart space. Don't grab items directly from the steward's cleaning cart. Why it matters? Carts are carefully stocked for specific cabin counts. What goes wrong if you skip this? The steward runs short later and has to backtrack, which affects timing. Insider detail: crew notice immediately when cart items disappear. It doesn't go unnoticed. Phase 3, daily interactions. How small behaviors earn big returns. This is where most passengers accidentally lose goodwill without realizing it. Step 7, be predictable with cabin access. Try to leave the cabin at roughly similar times each day. Why it matters? Stewards plan their route based on passenger patterns. What goes wrong if you skip this? Your cabin ends up last, rushed, or delayed. Pro tip: if you plan a late morning, tell them once, they'll work around it. Step 80, say thank you out loud. Verbal thanks matter more than you think. Why it matters? Crew are trained to serve, but rarely thanked personally. What goes wrong if you skip this? Nothing dramatic, you just remain forgettable. Insider details: stewards remember who appreciates effort, not just results. Step 9, don't summon them unnecessarily. Use the call button only when needed. Why it matters? Unnecessary calls interrupt tight cleaning schedules. What goes wrong if you skip this? Response time slows, not as punishment, but because your cabin becomes interrupt heavy. Little known fact, stewards can see call patterns. Frequent non-urgent calls stand out. Phase 40 timing awareness. When you ask matters more than what you ask, this phase separates experienced cruisers from first-timers. Step 1D. Avoid peak cleaning hours for requests late morning to early afternoon is rush time. Why it matters, stewards are racing against the clock during this window. What goes wrong if you skip this? Delays, mistakes, or forgotten requests. Pro tip: early evening or late afternoon is ideal for small asks. Step 11. Understand turnaround pressure on sea days. Cabins are under maximum demand. Why it matters: everyone is on board longer, increasing mess and workload. What goes wrong if you skip this? Expectations feel unmet when the steward is simply overloaded. Insider detail: sea days are the hardest days for cabin staff, by far. Respect signals what crew notice even you don't. These behaviors quietly elevate you. Step 120. Treat the cabin like a shared workspace. You're the guest, but it's their job site. Why it matters: mutual respect changes how much effort someone invests. What goes wrong if you skip this? Service becomes strictly transactional. Pro tip: small gestures, stacked plates, trash in bins are noticed. Step 13. Keep temperature reasonable. Extreme thermostat settings cause maintenance issues. Why it matters: HVAC problems create extra work and delays. What goes wrong if you skip this? Slower fixes and potential cabin discomfort later. Little known fact: some temperature complaints get logged under guest masseuse. Phase 6C. Gratitude and recognition the right way at the right time. This is where most people misunderstand tipping. Step 429. Tip thoughtfully, not theatrically. If tipping extra, do it quietly near the end. Why it matters: it feels genuine, not transactional. What goes wrong if you skip this? Early flashy tipping can feel awkward or pressure-filled. Insider detailed, handwritten notes mean more than cash alone. Common traps to avoid: don't assume automatic gratuities guarantee personal attention. They don't. Don't compare your service out loud to other cabins. Don't vent frustrations to the steward about things they don't control. And don't wait until the last night to suddenly become friendly. That's obvious. Final thought: cabin stewards don't expect perfection. They love awareness, consistency, and respect. When you move through the cruise in the right order, you stop feeling like just another passenger and start experiencing what quiet priority actually feels like. Quick question for you: what's the best or worst cabin steward experience you've ever had on a cruise?